Welcome to Morpheus Tech channel. I will talk with you about a new Nintendo DSi camera exploit. When it seemed that the Nintendo DS no longer had to talk since its last update in 2012, there were only two ways to hack it, and it was with a store application called Flipnote Studio, or doing hard modding on the motherboard. Surprisingly, in May of this same year, an exploit was released by the user of gbattempt.net Shutterbug 2000, which allows us to modify our Nintendo DS using a camera bug. If you did not have Flipnote Studio, it was impossible to make the modification via software. In some Nintendo DS, it came from the factory, but if you had the most recent, you should buy it from the DSiWare that is not available for 2 years. So there was no other option. Make use of your electronic and soldering skills or pay a specialized technical service. Thanks to the support of Shutterbug 2000, who also participated in NDS Bootstrap, it has been possible to establish by using a tool in the Nintendo DSi camera application, which comes pre-installed from the factory in all the DS that can, for example, modify software install for free, making hard modding unnecessary in all situations. Now we are going to copy the files to the SD card. Once we have the download of the Nintendo DS.zip file ready, we will extract its content. Then we extract the content of each of them, although we will not need all the files, only some of them. For example, from here, we take the one called HP menu. We're just going to need the file name boot.nds. We copy it, and we paste it in the directory where we are working. We'll rename the unlaunched file from .dsi to .nds. We will need the following 3 files: pit.bin, boot.nds, and inlaunch.nds. These files will be copied to the root of the SD card. I am using an 8 GB SD card, however, you can use an any one SD card, starting from 2 GB. And now we will create the path for the PIT file. This file is used by the camera application. We start in the following way. First, we create the private directory and DS directory, the app directory. Finally, we'll create the 484E494A directory. We go back to the root of the SD card and cut the PIT file and then paste it on the root that we created before. With this procedure, our SD card will be ready. Now, we remove the SD card from our computer and then insert it into our Nintendo DSi. After we have inserted the SD card in the Nintendo DSi, we turn on our console and then we start the camera application as indicated in the image. Then we touch at the top of the screen, where it says SD card, and we wait it loading. When the console finally read the card correctly, we'll touch the album button on the screen. When it tries to load the first photo, the exploit will give us the HP menu will come into action. From this moment is left to our imagination the use we can give our Nintendo. In the case of my DSi, I installed the InLaunch menu using the installer that you can see in the third image.